ago, the Aurelian sector was all but doomed. The hive ships of the Tyranids hung over each world, seeding them with obscene creatures. The Tyranids were ready to feast. But these worlds are also the recruiting ground for the Blood Ravens, a chapter of the Emperor's own Space Marines, and they refused to yield. The veteran Tarkus weathered pitiless alien attacks, allowing Cyrus and his scouts to find weaknesses in our ravenous foes. While Avitus leveled his righteous fury upon the Xenos, Thaddeus descended upon them on wings of fire. And Davian Thule, the first to fall against the Tyranids, returned from death in the form of a mighty dreadnought. You led them all, Commander. Together, you fought across the deserts of Calderis, through the jungles of Typhon, and beneath the great spire cities of Meridian. You faced an implacable enemy, and you triumphed. But there is a truth more implacable than any tyranny. A new threat will always emerge. Once, Planet Aurelia was the sector's crown jewel, home to billions of souls. Then came the warp storms. They pushed Aurelia into a new orbit, encased the planet in ice, and swallowed it whole. For 1,000 years, the warp held Aurelia in its terrible grip, depositing untold horrors across its surface. Now, Planet Aurelia has returned. It should be a barren ball of ice, but a signal is coming from its surface. A Blood Raven signal. A call for help. Commander, this is Gabriel Angelos. We have detected a Blood Raven's distress signal coming from somewhere nearby. If there are chapter brothers in need, provide support. But be wary of a trap. Angelos out.
Our drop pods have scattered, Commander. Something is interfering with the navigation systems. We should locate our other forces and regroup. Guardsmen, what are they doing here?
Hold your position, Space Marines! I said hold!
Lower your weapon, Guardsmen. We do not answer to you.
Gun them down!
Under fire. I can clear those bunkers with explosives. Attacking them with standard weapons takes much more time. Something sinister is going on here. No loyal guardsman would ever fire on a Space Marine. I doubt these traitors were alone.
Commander, the immediate area is secure, but this unpopulated glacier is an armed camp. Did this world not just emerge from the warp?
If so, someone else got here first.
Traitor guardsmen. Just when I was starting to respect them.
Hate them if you will, but do not underestimate them.
Here they come! Get ready to fire!
Traitors!
Quickly, while Tarkus has their attention. We should engage them at extreme range and focus our fire. Sergeant Tarkus. The scum incapacitated Tarkus. Commander, use a stimulant kit to heal him from a distance, or manually revive him.
My thanks, Commander. Our drop pod took anti-air fire on final approach. Only I made it out, and just barely.
And still, you made yourself a target to break that ambush. What would the Codex say about that?
The tactical squad shall draw the enemy's fire, thus allowing the Devastator squad to attack from a position of strength.
Ha! That it does.
This whole situation looks like a trap, but there is still a distress signal transmitting from somewhere nearby. We had best locate its source quickly.
Standard Imperial locator relay. Transmitting a generic distress signal using Blood Raven's codes. Just enough to lure us in.
coordinates 9.6 by 1112. Launch barrage!
Artillery! Clear the area! A spotter called in that attack from hiding! Cowards! We should extract and bomb this ice pile from orbit.
No, we need to secure an approach before we can launch an extraction.
Only logic engines can track and target drop pods. Those systems depend on a broadcast array.
Then let us act like space marines. Find the array and destroy it.
Thunderhawk is en route.
Then we should proceed to our extraction point and destroy any other traitors we find. Point taken. We should expect a counterattack shortly.
Agreed. Still, this is a defensible position. We hold here.
Here comes Talon Alpha.
Look, they are breaking off the attack.
What do you expect from traitors? Courage and honor? The reward for treachery. Retribution.
Well done, Commander. Those guardsmen have paid the price for betraying the Emperor. We must discover who these traitors were and how they came to use a Blood Raven's code. But we will have to investigate that later. The second strike team I assigned to investigate Aurelia has sent a distress signal. Sergeant Thaddeus and his assault marines are already prepared to deploy, along with the dreadnought Davian Thule.
This signal could be another trap, Captain Angelos.
This call is a full message, Sergeant. Review the signal on your planetary display and provide whatever support you can.
Commander, I recognize the markings on the troopers who ambushed you. They used Imperial Guard equipment, but those were House Vandis forces.
Vandis, the deposed governor. That coward fled the sector when the Tyranids attacked.
The noble houses on Meridian have their own militias. It looks like Vandis' troops are resisting the new regime.
I am sure Governor De Rosa will be delighted.
Strike Cruiser Retribution. This is Librarian Jonah Orion. We are under attack. The Eldar are massing around us. They have a Wraith Lord, which has already claimed Sergeant Endymion. We must drive these Xenos back. We found them excavating the area. To what end, I do not know. The Eldar have deployed a powerful force to ensure we do not find out. I fear we will not survive long without reinforcement.
Commander, Endymion was once my second in command. I will not abandon him.
Our honored brother is correct, Commander. We must recover Endymion and Jonah and exterminate the Eldar.
Eldar warriors! Attack!
Endymion! Away from him, you Eldar wretches!
Quickly! Secure that beacon!
Eldar witches! Get back!
No more Blood Ravens fall this day. No more! You are a welcome sight indeed, Commander. I am Jonah Orion.
And Endymion.
He fell, saving me from an Eldar war machine. We had just discovered a large Xeno structure to the east when they attacked.
A webway assembly, no doubt. It will allow them to invade at their leisure. We must destroy it.
Go. I will guard over our brother's remains. The chapter will not lose Endymion's gene seed.
Of course. I am at your disposal, Commander.
What in the Emperor's name are those?
Something akin to a Wraith Lord.
Psychic power is building up.
Quickly, destroy their access to the webway.
You are too late. The ancient souls have found their new homes. Rise, Wraith God! Destroy the humans!
Engage by Eldar!
Such is the fate of the enemies of man.
Good. The remaining Eldar are cut off. They cannot retreat.
What were those things the Warlock summoned?
He called them Wraith Guard. They somehow drew psychic power from him.
The Eldar press reverse their attack. I will not leave Endymion to these Xenos.
Captain Thule, hold fast. We must support him, Commander.
I am taking damage from Bright Lances.
More of them!
And with a warlock this time. Kill him to weaken the Wraith Guard.
It is done.
Now, Endymion shall rest.
The Eldar return to the sector could not have come at a worse time, Commander.
As you suspected, the House Vandis militiamen who ambushed you at Argent Glacier were not an isolated band of malcontents. More Vandis rebels have risen up against Imperial authority on Meridian. The Retribution will take you there to provide support. Governor DeRosa will have further details for you when you arrive.
What of Planet Aurelia, Captain Angelos?
Jonah, I'm reassigning you to the Commander's strike force. You will all return to Aurelia once the crisis on Meridian has stabilized. Angelos out.
Thank you for your intervention, Commander. The Emperor's favor is clearly with you and your battle brothers. It is an honor to serve alongside the heroes of Typhon.
I still do not see how these rebels could have imitated a Blood Raven's distress signal. The codes and rights for using our relays are among our most closely guarded secrets.
Our chapter hides far more than its communication rights.
Perhaps, but someone knew just how to draw us into that trap.
As you suspected, the House Vandis militiamen who ambushed you at Argent Glacier were not an isolated band of malcontents. More Vandis rebels have risen up against Imperial authority on Meridian. The Retribution will take you there to provide support. Governor DeRosa will have further details for you when you arrive.
Commander, Governor DeRosa here. Insurgents loyal to House Vandis have launched a sabotage campaign here on Meridian. Our infrastructure is still crippled from the Eldar and Tyranid attacks, and the Vandis rebels know just where to strike to cause the most damage. What's more, raids from Orc looters have become endemic. We could use any aid you can provide, Commander. Commander, this insurgency has stretched our loyal forces to the limit. Orc looters have infested the Hablocks outside Angel Gate, and I can spare no troops to stop them. Only you can eliminate these Xenos before they reach Angel Forge. House Vandis wants Angel Forge for itself. They are driving the Orcs ahead of them in order to weaken the Forge's defenses. If the insurgents take Angel Forge, they will have access to massive weapons stores. Most Imperial Guard forces have been diverted to deal with Vandis insurgents. Those guardsmen still at the Forge are dangerously short-handed. The defensive gate has been restored, but it remains in a weakened state. If Angel Gate falls, nothing stands between the rebels and the Forge.
My assault marines are ideally suited for this mission, Commander. The invasion left that area a maze of walls and obstacles. Our jump packs will allow us to get across any blockades.
I will be glad to be done with this place.
Surely Angel Forge is worth defending, Avitus.
Worry about moralizing later, Librarian. There are orcs to kill.
This way. I saw something from the sky. Yeah! Space Marines! Kill them, boys! Never really used that quicker anyway! Right on!
Greenskin armored vehicles! Heavy weapons!
Load on the enemy's guns!
More Space Marines! This is me lucky day.
Did that greenskin say more Space Marines?
Commander, Governor DeRosa here. We are receiving a distress call from inside the defensive ring.
We are under heavy fire from insurgent forces inside the perimeter. Heavy casualties.
Allied infantry are dying. We must support them.
Make yourselves ready. The Blood Ravens will be here shortly.
There is a command console inside the perimeter which you can use to lower the gate, Commander. Jump packs should allow you to reach it.
Commander, that position is exposed.
Then we break the gate down. Take the fiends by surprise.
With Angel Gate shattered and the defenders dead, who will hold the forge the next time?
Enough. The commander must decide.
Here are our brothers. Precisely on schedule. This way, my brothers.
We have encountered Chaos Space Marines.
Understood. The Imperial Guard will hold them as long as they can.
We must not let them escape.
So good to see you all again, Blood Ravens. I remember well our sparring on Kronos. Tell Captain Thul that his old friend Eliphas is anxious to see him again.
Target ally is using forces to enemy fire.
The insurgents are in full retreat.
You have more than an insurgency on your hands, Governor DeRosa. This is a full-fledged heresy.
This is very grave news. We cannot allow the forces of chaos to overrun our recruiting worlds. The traitor legions must be based on planet Aurelia, Commander. Return there immediately and hunt them down.
Commander, I fear the traitors' foul warp energies may have affected us.
Affected us? How, Librarian?
The corrupting influence of chaos is a powerful thing. Even the briefest encounter can stain a soul.
We are no traitors.
Perhaps not, Cyrus, but corruption can be subtle. Each step along the path may seem insignificant, but together they lead into darkness. When facing the minions of the warp, no decision is without consequence.
Commander, thank you. I can barely believe the rebels would align themselves with the forces of chaos.
Believe it.
Yes. Sergeant Avitus is right. Denial only aids the enemy. We have recovered records from the rebels that betray the location of their main base. It is on planet Aurelia. House Vandis has been operating there since the earliest days of the Tyranid invasion. I am dispatching troops to Aurelia immediately. Time to eradicate the enemy's safe haven and end this heresy.
Now you are speaking sense, Governor.
Commander, I have taken stock of the items recovered from the battlefield. I fear some of them resonate with very troubling psychic echoes. I advise caution with these items, Commander.
Commander, now is the time to strike back. The Black Legion is operating from a well-fortified industrial facility on planet Aurelia. You must break into that complex and defeat the traitors within. It is a geothermal power station. House Vandis established it soon after planet Aurelia re-emerged from the warp. It appears to be the center of their dealings with the Black Legion. Expect to face heavily entrenched Black Legion troops. Imperial Guard forces have already deployed to establish a beachhead. They report that the enemy has raised a void shield to protect key areas of the station. Bring that shield down and purge the facility, Commander.
Commander, if that truly was the Eliphas we faced on Kronos...
It was.
Then we must expect a trap. Eliphas earned a reputation for deception on Kronos, many times over.
Tarkus is correct. Eliphas is a dangerous foe, but we still must take the facility.
Those guardsmen are up to their necks again. Traitors with heavy weapons have them pinned.
We need to eliminate those chaos positions.
Bah! We coddle them at every opportunity.
Blood Ravens, good to have you here, Commander.
Report, Guardsman.
Yes, sir, of course. The enemy is heavily entrenched and holding the entirety of the facility. From what we can tell, we're facing large numbers of Chaos Space Marines as well as Vandus heretics. The enemy's raised some sort of powerful energy shield around the central portion of the facility.
Auspex scans show a power station to the north, Commander. The shield must be drawing energy from there.
We will take that station then.
We've managed to establish a field command here, but we've yet to push any further.
No mercy for the misguided.
Barrage incoming! An ally's force is up. Find me that damn mortar battery!
Commander, coordinates are being relayed through a communications array north of here.
The traitors are using that array to guide the artillery. If we take it from them, we can silence those guns.
Won't last long unless you do, Commander. Move up and hold that position!
Emperor preserve us.
Melee fighters have us pinned down.
The Black Legion has summoned demons to their side.
Move on to the next target, brothers.
There's the communications array. The Retribution confirms that it's being used to call in artillery on the Imperial Guard.
The array is ours, Commander.
We should be able to feed those rebel gunners some of our own target data. Now we can give the Black Legion something to fear.
I see Eliphas was correct. You blood ravens are persistent.
Where is that coming from?
Over the Vox, on our private channel.
Who are you?
I am Aragast of the Black Legion, pillager of 1,000 worlds, champion of the Chaos Gods. I will tear this scepter from your chapter and sacrifice it to the Dark Gods.
We beat back the Tyranids. You will fare no better.
Empty bravado will not save you, stripling.
Commander, this is a distraction. I can feel a dark ritual is underway. A temple. They have established a temple to the powers of chaos. We must destroy it.
Then we will burn it to ash.
The control shrine for the station is just ahead. Time to bring that void field down. Cutting power to the void field. The target is now exposed.
Commander, that relay did more than just transmit target coordinates. There's a recording.
The access codes for Battlefield Bomb. Use them to ambush my battle brothers like you did with the distress signal, and our agreement is over.
What was that? Someone betrayed us!
Heretics enacting some dark ritual.
They summon demons. Destroy them. There is the foul temple.
Must fall.
The temple burns and falls.
Well done. No. Wait. The warp!
What is it, Jonah? Speak!
The walls between reality and the warp are thinning, breaking. Commander, we must get to the Retribution immediately.
Cyrus to Talon Alpha, emergency extraction.
You allow them to escape, Lord Aragast.
Because it serves me, Eliphas. If we kill them now, we waste the value of the traitor in their ranks. Your vengeance can wait.
Of course, my lord. Of course.
Now, prepare for the next battle!
Your victory of the Iceworks has stirred the enemy to further action, Blood Ravens. Black Legion forces are attacking our scouts on Calderis and pillaging our assets on Typhon. I am relaying details to your planetary display. You must put an end to these raids. Maintain absolute secrecy about this mission, Commander. Angelos out.
Let us hear that transmission again, from the array.
Yes, definitely.
We have recovered some additional audio, but the speaker's identity is still hidden.
This transmission includes the access codes for Battlefield Vox. I will not be party to the murder of fellow Blood Ravens.
No.
There is a traitor in the chapter.
We now know how these heretics lured us to Aurelia with a false distress signal.
And how that Chaos Dog could taunt us over our Vox channel. I will kill this turncoat with my bare hands.
Assuming we can uncover who he is.
Commander, Governor DeRosa here. Vandus and Black Legion forces have taken Spire Legis. They have erected artillery batteries and emplacements that make a large-scale assault impossible. We could use any aid you can provide, Commander. Commander, the Vandus heresy continues to spread. Vandus and Black Legion forces have taken Spire Legis. They have erected artillery batteries and emplacements that make a large-scale assault impossible. If you can disable these defenses, however, the Imperial Guard can retake the Spire. If not, the population of Legis will remain at the mercy of these heretics and demons. The Vandus heretics are using field generators to power their batteries. Destroy these generators and the Black Temples defending them, and the batteries will fall silent. Foul sorcerers have also established warp portals which allow the Black Legion to bring in reinforcements. Sealing these portals should stem the tide of enemies long enough for you to destroy the generators.
You are sending me to Spire Legis, Commander.
Is that an order, Sergeant Thaddeus?
No. No, forgive me, Commander. I request to be part of the strike force. Long ago, Spire Legis was my home. I will not see its people sacrificed to chaos.
A rift in the warp. As long as it remains open, the enemy can summon reinforcements.
Key targets are on your map display, Commander. If you destroy the enemy's generators and strongholds, the Imperial Guard can retake Spire Legis.
A temple! They have established a temple to the powers of chaos!
Destroy this foul den. There is no time to waste. Enemy structure destroyed.
Let fire rain from the warp! Thunder Trash! A gift for our Dark Lords!
Barrage incoming! Move!
That should silence the heretics' guns. DeRosa's fragile guardsmen can advance without trembling now.
Thank you, Commander. The 85th Venderland has begun its assault on the Spire. The heretics are resisting, but without their defensive guns, they will crumble. It is good to see them suffering the wages of their sins. DeRosa out.
Commander, the Black Legion is attacking a detachment of Bloodraven scouts. Sergeant Priam led a group of initiates to investigate an intermittent positioning signal emanating from the depths of the Calderis Desert. They expected to recover the remains of brothers lost during the Tyranid War. They found the Black Legion laying in wait. We cannot allow the Chaos Legions to destroy them.
Priam to command. We require tactical aid and fire support. Under attack from Chaos Space Marines. We are making for Seawall ruins. The traitor legions have already killed 8 scouts and taken 5 others.
Another falsified chapter signal. This is Eliphas's handiwork. I am certain of it.
And that of the turncoat who gave the signal rights to him.
I trained Priam and several of those initiates myself. I will not abandon them now. I am going on this mission.
What in the Emperor's name are they doing?
Abducting my initiates.
Chaos minions are attacking in force, Commander. Our initiates need support. Another group of traitors took prisoners and headed west. Emperor only knows what fate the heretics have in store for them.
Peace, Priam. The Bloodravens will not abandon their own.
We will find these initiates.
Our thanks, brothers. Praise the Emperor! We will vanquish these heretics yet.
There is the sorcerer who leads these traitors.
He dies!
For the chapter!
For 1,000 years,
have cultivated the power of the Dark Gods.
Sergeant Priam, report.
Captain Diomedes? What is the Honor Guard doing on Calderis?
We go with the chapter wills. Now report.
Of course, Captain. The Black Legion used a chapter locator signal to ambush us. How they obtained it,
Facts, Sergeant. Do not speculate.
Here are the facts, Captain. The Black Legion killed many scouts, but abducted more. This is the second trap!
Thaddeus, be quiet.
Enough, Sergeants. Commander, take your strike team and return to your strike cruiser, or wait further orders. Sergeant Priam, gather your initiates and prepare for transport to Firebase Argus. The events of this day are to remain strictly secret. Knowledge is power, Blood Ravens. Guard it well.
Commander, I recommend that you depart Calderis as soon as possible. Captain Diomedes is initiating a stand-down order for all Blood Ravens on the planet. You must continue your pursuit of the Black Legion.
Why would Diomedes prevent us from doing that?
The Chapter Master dislikes contact with the Black Legion. Diomedes will enforce his will.
Davian is correct, Commander. Chapter Master Kyrus has pulled Blood Ravens back from battles with the Black Legion before. He might abandon this whole sector instead of facing that band of traitors.
That would leave our recruiting worlds to the enemy.
Precisely. You must stop these raids before that happens. Angelos out.
Diomedes is a hero of the chapter. Why keep us from the fight?
Diomedes has always been a political animal. If the Chapter Master wants the Blood Ravens off Calderis, Diomedes will not question him.
Captain Diomedes does his duty, as should we if such an order comes.
Enough. The enemy is kidnapping our initiates and laying traps for us across the sector, and we should do nothing? It is not my duty to follow the edicts of fools.
Eliphas has yet to show himself again. He must be planning something. That heretic is too dangerous by half.
I thought he died during the Cronus campaign.
As did I. I saw him torn to ribbons.
How does he yet live?
Souls are both playthings and currency in the warp. Eliphas may have died in the flesh, only to have his soul bartered among demons. It seems they restored his body when it suited them.
More likely his death was a deception, a mask for his escape from Cronus.
There was no deception.
In either case, it speaks of Eliphas's power. Tarkus is correct to worry.
The Eldar have reappeared, Commander. They have congregated at the site of our climactic battle against the Tyranids. The Black Legion must take priority, but ignoring the Eldar is unwise. At your discretion, pursue and eliminate these Xenos. The Tyranids' destruction of the land exposed ancient Eldar ruins, however. This may be what has drawn them here in such numbers. You can expect to face Xenos skimmer tanks and walkers, as well as powerful infantry. The area remains a wasteland, but there have been some changes. Most notably, the Blood Ravens have erected a monument to those brothers who died fighting the Tyranids. It stands above the spot where Sergeant Everos was entombed with his war gear. Also, an Imperial shrine now stands at the site of our battle with the Hive Tyrant. Purging that temple of Xenos infection would be a laudable act, Commander.
Even with the traitor legions assailing us, we must oppose the Eldar. Remember that they manipulated the orcs on Calderis and attempted to destroy all of Meridian. I owe their species a debt of blood and fury, Commander.
I never thought we would return here. It smells worse than a Meridian slum.
Rotting Tyranid smells like glory to me.
Focus on the task at hand. Xenos still pollute this place.
Guardsmen are calling this place Gabriel's Miracle.
credit belongs to the Emperor. Captain Angelos would be the first to say so.
Armored units ahead. We should flank them.
Or we could crush them in a direct assault.
There is the tomb of Brother Eberros. Exercise caution, lest we destroy it in battle. You should have slipped away when you had the chance, Eldar.
The remains of a craft world still lay among these benighted worlds. We will not leave while the souls of the lost lie scattered on the wind, and until Idrinel's vision is fulfilled at last.
Your witch's vision died with her on Meridian.
Spare me your primitive obstinance, human.
Brace for Psychic Blast.
Yes, die, Xenos filth! Battles like this are good for the soul.
What little is left of it.
Avitus, do not mistake bloodlust for righteous fury. That way lies damnation.
We have an urgent message from planet Typhon. It comes from Tech Marine Martellus. We thought him lost in the Tyranid War, but he survived. He needs your help, Commander.
Tech Marine Martellus, to any Blood Ravens capable of receiving. I am transmitting from the Astronomical Array Station in the Typhon Islands. Orc looters have been a recurring threat since my arrival. However, at dawn this day, I detected a graver threat. Chaos Space Marines. I fear they want the array for themselves. I risk damaging the array by sending this message, but I require support. Mars and Terra, power levels are dropped.
Martellus, are you receiving?
Sergeant Tarkus! Thank the Omnissiah! I am defending the array, but the traitor legions are here!
Retribution, prepare to provide close support.
Away from me, fiend! Get down!
Martellus! We must revive him!
My thanks, Commander. I am glad to see you again.
We had thought you lost when your Thunderhawk went down, Martellus. How did you survive?
A story for another time, Tarkus. The heretics will surely try for the array again any moment.
We cannot stay here defending this relic for all eternity, Tech Marine.
Agreed, but we cannot leave the valuable data in its cogitator for the enemy to take. Strike Cruiser, this is Tech Marine Martellus. Deploy power generators at the following coordinates. Good. Now that the array is powered, I can initiate a cogitation transfer right to secure the records. Just keep the enemy from destroying those generators.
Oi, you meat! This place belongs to the Orcs!
Greenskin looters.
A fight on two fronts, then.
Commander, the Orcs are using a gate to access the complex. We should seal it.
The Greenskins will just go around, Cyrus.
Exactly. Directly into the traitor Space Marines.
Oh! You don't close the gate! Then go around the other way, you kids! And kill every Yumi you see!
Commander, I have gathered several valuable relics from the wreckage of my Thunderhawk. They are in a storage area a short distance away. If possible, we should recover these items before they are looted by the Orcs.
Another Yumi to kill! Smells right, he does. Ugh.
Avoid those foul-played clouds!
Not even the deepest Tyranid hive was as foul as that scum!
Indeed, Avitus. Commander, cogitator recovery is complete. We can safely leave this place.
Now you can tell us the story of your survival, Martellus.
Thank you for your timely intervention, Commander. I will initiate the repair rights for the items you have recovered. In particular, I shall restore our Terminator armor. Commander, I have been reviewing the data we recovered from the astronomical array. I believe the ancient space hulk designated Judgment of Carrion is about to appear in this sector. It may allow us to identify our traitor. Should you require more information, I am at your disposal. The Judgment of Carrion is a conglomeration of ancient vessels which have become adrift in space and time. It travels at random, spending decades or even centuries in the warp.
If I may,
Its travels are not entirely random. Only the Emperor can know what horrific planes the Judgment of Carrion has visited. But its recorded appearances have all been in this sector or in one of its neighbors.
Yes, and because of that, the astronomical array had a detailed record of past appearances. A distinctive pattern of warp anomalies preceded each appearance.
And that pattern is occurring again.
Precisely.
How does any of this blather help identify the traitor?
The machine spirit aboard the Retribution is not sufficient to remove the masking on the message you recovered. But there are references to a far more ancient and wiser logic engine aboard the Judgment of Carrion. With it, I can identify the heretic.
Just how did you survive, Martellus?
Yes, a good question.
As you may recall, I was aboard a Thunderhawk during the climactic battle with the Tyranids.
I also recall it being blown from the sky.
A Thunderhawk is a resilient craft. Instead of destroying us outright, the Tyranid attack sent us into a desperate dive into the jungle. My brother pilot used all his experience to guide us into the highlands, where the infestation was less severe. He did not survive the crash landing. I was left alone. No transmitters survived, and my own cybernetic enhancements were severely damaged. It took me months to successfully enact the repair rites to regain my mobility. I spent the rest of the past year battling my way through to the astronomical array.
Your perseverance does the chapter proud, Martellus.
Perhaps. But I am glad to be in the confines of a mighty strike cruiser once more.
Your cursed ship is hiding, Tech Marine.
Hold your tongue, Avidus, and open your eyes.
The Judgment of Carrion.
Commander, I have uncovered another transmission from the traitor. We should review it before launching another mission. Like Martellus, I have been trying to identify the traitor using our shipboard cogitators.
Have you made any progress?
Of a sort. This message was in our own transmission tomes.
Angelos has us charging around the sector on the Retribution. They know about me, or at least that I exist. Only the Vox Cloak Invocator has masked my identity thus far.
The traitor is here, aboard the Retribution. He is one of us.
We need to reactivate the ancient logic engine aboard the Judgment of Carrion. To recover the proper activation rights, you must locate data slates hidden in the surrounding decks. Because you will be operating deep within the Space Hulk, the Retribution can only offer very limited support. Jump packs will be useless in the confined space, although teleport systems will function. The logic engine is secured in a sealed vault. Only the engine's activation rights will open the vault and grant us access.
Xenos and demons infest the Judgment of Carrion, Commander. But the lingering warp energies in the ship pose a far graver danger. With prolonged exposure, such energies could drive even the bravest Space Marine to madness. The boarding party should return to the Retribution as soon as it can.
Commander, you must locate ancient data slates to access the vault. They should be in data racks of some sort.
We have no time to waste. The foul resonance of the warp is already palpable.
Ambush from the guns! He is with us!
A fallen brother, Bonaparte, of the 5th Company.
Look, an apothecary's reductor vial still intact. It contains Bonaparte's progeny glands, the chapter's holy gene seed.
If an apothecary collected it, why leave it here?
A fair question, but we cannot overlook the opportunity to recover Bloodraven's gene stock. Be vigilant for other vials, or signs of an apothecary.
Commander, the rolls indicate Bonaparte still serves in the chapter honor guard.
How can that be? Another fallen brother. Veteran Lucanus, also of the 5th Company.
And another reductor vial.
Martellus, what do the rolls say about Brother Lucanus?
Killed in the Karava campaign.
I was at Karava. I recall no Lucanus.
Commander, both Bonaparte and Lucanus served in an expedition aboard the Judgment of Carrion. I shall try to uncover more about this expedition.
Kill them all! Let there be blood!
The warp is making itself felt, Commander. We must hurry.
Are these Tyranids feral?
Only without a leader creature nearby. Remember, when connected to their synapse web, all Tyranids become deadlier. We had best exercise caution. Tyranids aboard these derelicts can evolve to suit the environment.
Yes, I sense powerful psychic echoes. Even against the warp energies.
He leads us around in circles. Why does he command?
None other will do. It must be mine. Then we can fight back. It will be mine.
Hostile movement up ahead, brothers. Xenos in the gantries. Get ready!
The chapter shall not forget your deeds this day.
You have enough data slates, Commander. I shall begin the activation rites.
Another fallen brother. And another gene seed.
Sergeant Sarpedon, 5th Company.
Another member of the same expedition. The records list Apothecary Galen as the leader.
Which explains the reductor vials.
But not why they were left behind.
Another door blocks our way.
There's a data slate on the door. Xenos detected.
Eliminate them. The logic engine must not be damaged.
Cyrus here, under fire.
The foul thing is dead. Let us get to the logic engine.
Enemy combatants in the field.
This is Galen. I no longer know how long I've been on this forsaken derelict. So many brothers dead. And the voice of Ulcair cackles from every shadow. It is hungry. It wants the holy gene seed in each of us. I must hide the reductive arms. Even the demon cannot know the entire Space Hulk.
Commander, that was some sort of Vox recording from centuries ago. I will analyze it as best I can.
Your prize had best be worth sending us into that foul place, Tech Marine.
Recovering gene seed alone is worth the risk, Abatus.
I will begin analysis of the logic engine right away, Commander. We have also received several distress signals from across the sector.
Commander, the Vandis heretics are gaining ground hourly. Captain Angelos has sent no Blood Ravens to aid Meridian. I need your help. Please come to Meridian as soon as you can. DeRosa out. The Vandis heretics and the Black Legion are overrunning Capital Spire itself. We still hold the Imperial Palace, but they have taken the rest of the Spire. I will die before surrendering the palace to these treasonous curs. Without your aid, Blood Ravens, I will make good on that pledge before long.
Commander, I have discovered another transmission from the traitor in our ranks.
Commander, we have received a priority signal from the Chapter Honor Guard.
The Master of Scribes found this message. He came to me. He did not know whom else to trust.
You must get Diomedes to put a leash on Angelos. He still has us chasing them, and that is putting me at great risk. I am not the only one who will be discovered if it comes to that. Do you understand me, Galen? Knowledge is power, as you're all so fond of saying.
This was sent to Calderis and the Honor Guard. Corruption worms its way into the chapter's heart. You must stand against this.
This is Captain Diomedes. All Blood Ravens are to cease crusade recruitment and other operations within the Aurelian sector. Return to your muster points and prepare for mobilization to the Ferox Swift Crusade. Knowledge is power. Guard it well.
He abandons the sector so easily. How can we follow such a man?
We are receiving another priority signal from Captain Angelos.
Commander, we must not abandon this sector to the traitor legions. I am headed to Calderis to discuss the matter with Diomedes. Continue to oppose the Black Legion. Angelos out.
Gabriel is correct. We must continue. We must find the traitor in our ranks.
Commander, praise Terra you have come. The Vandis heretics and the Black Legion are overrunning Capital Spire itself. We still hold the Imperial Palace, but they have taken the rest of the Spire. I will die before surrendering the palace to these treasonous curs. Without your aid, Blood Ravens, I will make good on that pledge before long. You have brought us key victories, Commander, but we have been fighting 100 other battles. The 85th Vendaland and my other loyal troops have all suffered massive casualties. The Black Legion, however, never seems to run out of madmen and demons to throw against us. Loyal forces are converging on Capital Spire, but they will not be here in time to make a difference. Attention, this is Governor Elena de Rosa. The Blood Ravens are here. The Emperor's Angels of Death fight with us. Drive the traitors from the palace gates. The palace is safe, thanks to your Blood Ravens, Commander.
The Black Legion will not give up so easily, Governor. Prepare for a counterattack.
Commander, I have several tarantula turrets ready to deploy.
The enemy still holds the communications array and Imperial Shrine below the plaza, however. A quick strike could retake them, Commander.
None shall take this place while I remain. Assist the Governor. She is a worthy ally.
Additional turrets are ready to deploy, Commander.
Commander, inbound to your location. My squad can hold here, but the Governor needs help at the palace.
Additional turrets are ready to deploy, Commander.
The enemy has massed for a counterattack on the palace. Stand with the Emperor and drive them back.
Commander, the palace will not hold without your aid.
Thank you, Blood Ravens. Once again, you have saved Meridian. Commander, I am forever in your debt. I cannot understand why Captain Angelos and Captain Diomedes refused to aid us. But in our darkest times, against our most terrible foes, you stood with us. Meridian will never forget this. I will never forget.
We have located the store of reductor vials left aboard the Judgment of Carrion. Recovering additional Blood Raven's genetic material would be a great service to the chapter. Demons and Xenos of all sorts infest this vessel, however, and it still resonates with warp energies. Returning to the Judgment of Carrion is entirely at your discretion, Commander. You will automatically teleport back to the Retribution after a fixed amount of time. This should prevent you from becoming trapped and limits exposure to the maddening effects of the warp.
We cannot forego an opportunity to recover Blood Raven gene seed. This could allow the chapter to grow strong again.
With respect to Captain Thule, this Space Hulk looks like a death trap. Surely all the Blood Ravens who died there also thought they could secure the chapter's future.
Commander, I have a request. Every librarian swears to protect the relics and histories of the chapter. Leaving this vessel unexplored feels like a violation of that oath. I would ask to join you on this mission. Every second spent aboard this accursed derelict puts us at risk. We must recover the gene seeds quickly.
We have the gene seed samples, Commander. This deed will make our chapter stronger.
These gene seeds will ensure the future
The following transmission is repeating on secure chapter channels.
Come, Blood Ravens! Face me in battle if you dare! I am Aragast of the Black Legion. I await you on Aurelia!
The scum is challenging us like an Undercity pit fighter.
If he wants a battle, I will give him one.
This must be a trap.
Does it matter?
Blood Ravens, hear me! I am Aragast the Pillager, Master of Hounds, the Lash of the Black Legion. You and all your kind are cowards, lowly lickspittles. You must be emulating that pile of bones you call an emperor. You are as dead and useless as him. I am destroying your worlds, Blood Ravens, yet you do nothing. I see your precious craft hanging in orbit above Aurelia. I am here. Face me if you dare.
I agree, Commander. We cannot allow him to call us, and the Emperor, cowards. When we strike at this madman, there can be no falling back or tactical withdrawals.
Enough! I can no longer sit here in orbit while that treasonous filth lives. I swear I will deliver the death blow myself.
Finally show your faces! Have you mastered your fear at last?
We know no fear.
You Blood Ravens are clearly fearless in your hurry to leave the sector. The courage with which you show us your hindquarters does your Emperor proud.
Turncoat scum, I will kill you here and now!
Very impressive. You have more steel than the rest of your muling chapter. Rejoice, brothers! Your slavery to the false emperor ends today.
The only thing ending today is your worthless life.
Yes, and to the void with orders and niceties. But not quite yet, little Blood Ravens. First, a test. Make your way to my chosen battleground. Eliphas, open the portal!
Yes, Lord.
Marvelous! I will remember you fondly when I burn your worlds to ash! Glorious! Lord Khorne smiles on us, Blood Ravens. Do you have the will to pass his final tests? Eliphas, the next portal!
Yes, Lord.
Coward! You will not escape!
Commander, look! A way forward. We can finish this yet.
There is a shrine ahead. It is sure to be well defended, but securing it would aid us greatly.
Yes! Fight on for the Blood Gods! Observe, Blood Ravens! Khorne thanks you for your offerings!
Your running is over, traitor. Now you die.
Fearsome words, Blood Raven. Now show me deeds. See? Here is the power you are denied. Who sacrifices for you, Blood Ravens? No one! No one!
Feeds on them. Kill the heretics to weaken him!
Eliphas!
Yes, my lord.
Open a portal!
No, I think not. A change in leadership is in order.
Eliphas! You treasonous dog! No!
No escape this time.
A fitting death for a leader of traitors.
True, but what game is Eliphaz playing?
Bah, he is greedy and honorless scum. He saw his chance to gain power and he took it.
And the prospect of Eliphaz with more power somehow reassures you?
Commander, another transmission from Captain Diomedes of the Honor Guard. He has declared Gabriel Angelos a renegade and orders our return to Calderis. I have also uncovered additional information about Apothecary Galen and his expedition aboard the Judgment of Carrion.
Blood Ravens, take heed. For the grievous sins of refusing chapter orders, spreading heresy, raising arms against his one-time brothers, and stealing relics, arms, and artifacts from the chapter. Gabriel Angelos is hereby declared an enemy of the chapter and sentenced to death. The renegade Angelos has fled, absconding with the battle barge Litany of Fury. I, Captain Apollo Diomedes, issue this declaration with full authority from Azariah Kairos, Chapter Master of the Blood Ravens and Keeper of the Librarium. Knowledge is power. Guard it well.
This is madness. Gabriel is no traitor. We must expose the corruption among the Honor Guard. We must go to Calderis.
The log entry which played when you activated the logic engine aboard the Judgment of Carrion was only one of many in the engine's cogitation archives. Listen to these additional entries.
The Emperor has granted us a miracle. Guarding the corpses of the brothers lost aboard this derelict, we have found a survivor. Librarian Kairos is restored to the chapter.
And this entry, sometime later.
Bonaparte fell today, killed by another demon of the Dark Gods. All our exits have sealed, and our beacons have failed. We are trapped. Kairos' psychic powers have saved us several times already. But how can he defend against the voices I hear in the darkness? How can any of us?
The rest of the log is protected by ancient encoding rights, and these are strikingly reminiscent of the rights masking our traitor's identity.
And this is the same Kairos
who is now Chapter Master and Chief Librarian of the Blood Ravens.
Emperor preserve us.
What happened to Galen himself?
He serves with the Chapter Honor Guard. Commander, the Judgment of Carrion's logic engine confirms our suspicions. The encoding rights used by our traitor and in Galen's logs both bear a marked resemblance to those of the Chapter Honor Guard. With a copy of their codes, I could finally identify the traitor. Commander, to finally identify our traitor, we must obtain the transmission codes of the Chapter Honor Guard. To do so, you must penetrate to the heart of the Blood Ravens firebase and destroy the stronghold of Captain Diomedes. This will trigger an automatic signal from his battle barge, from which I can gain the codes we need. Between us and those codes stand both the Honor Guard and our own brothers from the 3rd and 4th Companies.
The heretic Apothecary Galen is nearby, Commander. We cannot leave a servant of chaos in the Honor Guard. We must confront and expose him, or his evil will continue to infect the chapter.
The entire area is patrolled by our chapter brothers. They will fire on us without hesitation. Only stealth and non-lethal attacks can prevent bloodshed. Diomedes has established a perimeter of satellite bases. Field generators and automated tarantula sentry guns are standard issue for such temporary positions.
We must find a way to reach that stronghold without killing Blood Ravens.
Some Blood Ravens have fallen to chaos.
Then we fight and kill those. But to murder those simply doing their duty to Chapter and Emperor, could we ever recover from such an act?
Captain Diomedes adheres to the Chapter's tactical doctrines. The Codex calls for a tactical feint when a satellite position is destroyed. Nearby forces fall back to a strong firing line, either drawing their attackers into the teeth of bolter fire or calling in artillery. If we destroy the field generators, we can use this to push through the perimeter without killing Blood Ravens. Remember, proceed cautiously and target the field generators. We are here to recover data, not kill blood ravens.
There he is.
Hello, brothers. So glad you've come to see me. I assume you uncovered our mutual friend's mealy message from the Retribution. A foolish misstep. But that is something of a pattern with blood ravens, I suppose. Shall I kill you now? You fight wrong. But do not fool yourself into thinking I am the only one who'll see the path of chaos. Let me introduce you to your followers. Thank you. The demon has lurked within me for too long. You must warn Diomedes. The brothers of his retinue, they serve chaos as well.
And Diomedes himself, has he fallen?
No. But his pride blinds him.
Traitors to the chapter, honorous scum.
Open your eyes, Captain. We fight to preserve the chapter. You abandon our worlds to the Black Legion. You surround yourself with heretics like Galen.
Do not lecture me, Sergeant. I follow the orders of our chapter master, Kyrus. You are the only heretics I see here.
Have Kyrus and Galen told you of their time on the Judgment of Carrion, Captain? Have they shared stories of the deaths of their brothers? Or the demonic voice of Ulker that plagued them?
Ulker? Where did you hear that name?
From Galen, Captain.
Go from here.
Commander, I have recovered the codes we needed.
So, who is the traitor?
The decoding rights needed to identify him are not yet complete. The codes did allow me to uncover additional data from the Judgment of Carrion, however. I believe I know where the Black Legion's true base of operations is hidden on planet Aurelia. The Honor Guard's codes unlocked a great deal from the Judgment of Carrion's logic engine. This record from Apothecary Galen seems especially relevant.
Librarian Kyrus grows more morose by the hour. He is a mighty asset against the things lurking in this ancient space hulk. But he does little to keep our faith strong. At morning prayers he recounted a great battle on a lost world named Aurelia. A terrible demon beset this planet and summoned mighty warp storms. Blood ravens faced the demon in a terrible battle at a chapter keep. This should have inspired us all. But Kyrus made it a tale of woe. He described his brothers dying one by one to bind this demon, but called their sacrifice pointless. The fiendish creature, he said, was yet free. And somehow, even before Kyrus mentioned it, I knew this creature's name, Ulker.
A demon bound in the keep on planet Aurelia. Surely Eliphas seeks its release.
I share your thoughts, Librarian. I can locate the keep's remains if we return to Aurelia.
Yeah, 1,000 years ago, in this place, Moriah, mightiest of the Blood Ravens, battled the great Ulker. With his dying breath, did Moriah stab at the heart of the Great One. What none could slay, he wounded. And so, noble Moriah died, with only his student Kyrus left to mourn him. Weakened, the Great One could not resist Kyrus. The hated student bound and shackled Ulker. Now, that bondage ends.
promise, Great One. Oh, rise, little Elephas. I remember our bargain.
The logic engine has finished. Use them to ambush my battle brothers like you did with the distress signal, and our agreement is over. Angelos has us charging around the sector of the Retribution. You must get Diomedes to put a leash on Angelos.
I am not the only one who will be discovered if it comes to that. Do you understand me, Galen? Knowledge is power, as you are all so fond of saying.
Martellus, you traitorous filth.
Commander, Martellus is no longer aboard.
Where is he?
A drop pod has taken him to the planet's surface.
We cannot allow him to escape.
The traitor has gone to ground, Commander. Martellus has retreated to a fortified Black Legion base on Argent Glacier. The area is dense with enemies, but we cannot allow that to stop us. Come what may, we must bring Martellus to account. His betrayal is unforgivable. The Black Legion is present in large numbers. Beyond their main stronghold, they have at least 2 satellite camps. Patrols stalk the area between these strongpoints, ready to pounce. There may well be other defenses which we cannot detect from orbit. A direct assault is possible, but that strategy gives up our only 2 advantages, surprise and discipline. The traitor legions lack discipline. Their patrols are more interested in finding something to kill than actual reconnaissance. I doubt they have any established reporting rights or patrol rotation. If we engage and destroy the patrols quickly, their absence will go unnoticed. The same is true of the satellite camps. We can move from target to target, weakening the enemy, until we can strike at the main base and exact retribution.
Cyrus's strategy is sound, Commander. His analysis of the traitor legions aligns with the Codex. Cyrus was not on Cronus, however. Elephas showed himself time and again to be supremely cunning. He knows well the weaknesses of his slaves. I cannot help but feel he will have taken steps to address them. Commander, Martellus has fled to the main Black Legion stronghold, indicated on the map. The 2 satellite bases are also marked. We should eliminate those to weaken the force defending the traitor.
Keep a sharp eye for Black Legion patrols. The western outpost is near, Commander. We must deal with it quickly to prevent an alarm.
Strike quickly before they can report. Time is against us.
Direct our wrath anew.
That Stugger squad is still hunting. They ignore summons.
I suspect my brothers may be here.
Excellent. No alarms. Move to the next target.
Holy Terra! This planet is falling apart at our feet!
Eviscerator and Cyrox squads no longer respond.
Sweep their hunting area. This is no coincidence.
Eastern outpost ahead. Strike swiftly, lest they raise an alarm.
Excellent, Space Marines. This clears the way for our assault on the main stronghold.
Show yourself, turncoat. Your reckoning is at hand.
I have longed for this day, loyalists. I will grind you to bloody pulp in tribute to the Dark Gods. Let the slaughter begin.
You should have died on Typhon, traitor.
All that we knew as Martellus did die there.
Tarkus is correct in a way. I was reborn on Typhon, where you abandoned me. Elephas and his Black Faith found me. But not just him. Kyrus too showed me the truth. He accepts the supreme power of chaos.
And look where that power has brought you.
Savor your victory while you can. This whole sector will soon feed the Greatal Care.
Let that be the last of treachery and corruption in the chapter.
Unlikely. Martellus mentioned Chapter Master Kairos. I fear a heretic is in command of our entire chapter.
Commander, another ship in orbit. It is the Litany of Fury, Captain Angelus's battle barge.
Commander, we face a terrible situation. Chapter Master Kairos has gone mad, and Diomedes has branded my brothers and I as renegades.
Tech Marine Martellus secretly served the powers of chaos. He has paid the price for his betrayal. But we believe the Chapter Master serves chaos as well.
I feared as much. There will come a reckoning for Kairos. I swear it.
Dire though the situation in the chapter may be, the threat to the sector is worse. Kairos bound a mighty demon inside planet Aurelia 1,000 years ago. Eliphas is intent on releasing it, and destroying the planet in the process.
Without the Blood Ravens to defend the sector, all our recruiting worlds will fall.
The Chapter Master may have branded us renegades, but we still stand with our worlds. We must mount an assault and eliminate the foul monstrosity here and now. I'm transferring details to your planetary display. Angelos out.
Captain Angelos is launching an assault on the ruins of Keep Unarmed. The Black Legion is well prepared for an attack. 2 Predator tanks will clear the way for the main Blood Ravens force. You can drop into the keep once the Predators have cleared an approach. From there, drive toward the heart of the ruins.
Commander, the demon Ulker is manifesting in the ruins of Keep Selenon. This was once the grandest of our chapter keeps. Now, the Black Legion infests its ruins. Eliphas's forces are well entrenched and prepared to repel any surgical strike. Nevertheless, we will prevail. Predator tanks from the Litany of Fury will drive into the enemy's defensive line. Their mission is to destroy key Black Legion installations. Once the Predators eliminate their targets, my forces will launch an all-out assault on the chapter keep. With the Black Legion repelling our assault, you can drop into the keep itself and strike at the demon.
We can supervise their attack in order to better prepare for our strike. One Predator will deploy in the Annihilator pattern, perfect for dealing with enemy armor. The other will use the Destructor pattern, better suited for dealing with heavy infantry.
The Predator Annihilator and Predator Destructor are deployed and ready to begin their attack. Key targets are indicated on the tactical map. The Emperor guide you to victory, Blood Ravens.
Predator Annihilator, Chaos armor ahead. Use your las cannon to cut them apart.
One less enemy of man.
Predator Destructor, Chaos Havocs are set up ahead of you. Their las cannons and missile launchers pose a serious threat. Use your autocannon to eliminate them before they can cause serious damage.
Hostile vehicle burning. Victory for the righteous. Target in sight.
Excellent. Destroy all enemy fortifications.
Target destroyed.
Well done. Strike Force Fury, launch attack. Forward! Today we regain the honor of our chapter.
Commander, we should divert to support Captain Angelos. By eliminating the Black Legion defenders, we can stem the tide of Blood Raven deaths.
Blood Ravens! Lord Eliphas was right! The Loyalists are trying to outflank us! What is this? More Blood Ravens! You should visit with me. I have gifts for one and all.
The demon is here already.
You're too late.
No, the demon is manifest, but not yet free. He cannot yet leave the keep.
Yes! Come and feel Nurgle's embrace, Bloodraven!
The demon feeds on our brothers' lives!
Your chapter master imprisoned me. Now, I will destroy his chapter, consume his sector, and rot away his entire reality.
Commander, deploy your strike team and destroy that demon. Everything depends on it.
Delightful!
I commend you on your persistence, Bloodravens. Even faced with the betrayal of your brother Martellus, you strive on. Such determination could accomplish a great deal, if backed by the powers of the Dark Gods. As it is, your stubborn nature only ensures your destruction. You draw closer to your doom, Bloodravens. Surrender to the inevitable. Share in our glory. It was left to me to manipulate Captain Angelus into launching this attack. Eragast never understood the true grandeur of this plan, but you have played your parts very well, Bloodravens. Well fought, Bloodravens. But while you battled me, how much stronger has Ulker become? Victory is still mine, brothers.
Eliphas again proves to be a disappointment. His refusal to accept death is an offense to Grandfather Nurgle. Still, he served his purpose. A few more deaths, and I shall be free to consume the whole sector. Your deaths will do nicely. Death comes to all flesh, even that containing an essence as glorious as my own. Such is the way of Nurgle. But do not delude yourselves that your victory will last, little humans. This prison cannot hold me forever. It is cracked and weakened, and its architect now feasts on Nurgle's rotten fruit. You and your pathetic chapter will feel my hate again!
Bloodravens! Victory is ours! You have driven the Black Legion from the sector, and banished the vile demon who sought to consume us. But a more terrible battle remains ahead. Our chapter is in the hands of a madman and a heretic. Kyrus, he who should be the greatest of us all, has bargained away his soul to the powers of chaos. And we are branded as renegades and traitors. My brothers, this will not stand. Commander, you and your brothers shall be our agents of purification within the chapter. Your actions have already set a shining example of honor and valor. And when none others could, you opened the eyes of Captain Diomedes to the corruption around him. Take the Retribution back to Calderis. Diomedes awaits you there. You will assume command of the 4th Company, rightly taking the captaincy left vacant by Davian Thule. When the time is ripe to strike at Kyrus and the rot in the chapter, we shall contact you. When that day comes, we must all be ready. Let none find us wanting!
By chapter and emperor, let none find us wanting!
am Gabriel Angelos, captain of the Blood Ravens. My chapter is in ruins. The sector is at war. Its worlds under siege. Chaos spreads, consumes us all. Here, we will make our final stand. Here, there will be retribution. 10 years ago, we Blood Ravens destroyed the demon Alkair, ending his schemes to rot Subsector Aurelia into a festering hellscape. We thought our victory would mark the end of the war for the sector. We were wrong. New demonic incursions relentlessly plagued her planets, Aurelia, Typhon, Calderis, and Meridian. In response, the Imperial Guard, the Hammer of the Emperor, was deployed en masse to the sector to secure her, to defend her. Yet the incursions only grew in number, and soon were worsened by insurrection and madness among the Guard's ranks. Now the sector sits helpless, racked by constant, endless, unremitting war. We are Space Marines. We are the Blood Ravens. We would act, yet we too are locked in warfare with one another. Azariah Kairos, our chapter master and chief librarian, has declared the heroes of Aurelia to be renegades. Now we are hunted by our own brothers. Brothers unaware of the chapter master's secret allegiance to Alkair. A corrupt Space Marine chapter master. A militia crippled by disorder and turmoil. Demons. Renegades. A sector that knows only war. The Imperium has had enough. One solution remains for the sector. A solution with which I am all too familiar. The Ordo Malleus approaches, the Holy Imperial Inquisition. Their colossal ships bear the munitions to perform exterminatus, cleansing every planet of the sector of life, Xenos and human, corrupt and innocent. Declared renegade, I cannot act against Kairos without shedding the blood of my brothers. Yet, hope endures. A handful of heroes still remain in service to the chapter, uncorrupted by Kairos' heresy. Led by Captain Diomedes, these heroes hunt the remnants of the vile Black Legion across the sector. However, Diomedes' hubris blinds him to Kairos' true nature. If the sector and chapter is to survive, he must first overcome his own pride.
For 10 years, Eliphas and his coven of cowards have run. And for 10 years, we have given chase. Now our quarry has gone to ground. We shall see that Typhon becomes not their sanctuary, but their tomb.
Captain, our advanced forces are reporting contact with Chaos Space Marines. They have engaged the enemy.
Then let us advance, brothers. With blood and fire, we shall cleanse this black stain from our chapter's honor. Eliphas is close now. These traitors will meet the Emperor's sword before long.
I have infiltrated the enemy Vox channel, Captain. The rebel claimed to have felled a brother Bloodraven.
Then let us dispatch these heretics and make haste. It may not be too late to aid our fallen brother. By the Emperor's grace, our brother still lives. Revive him. His experience will be needed if we are to crush these Chaos scum. Your reckless desire to atone will get you killed, Sergeant. What have you to say for yourself?
You know very well he will say nothing. He keeps his silence in penance for deeds committed. Regardless, his armor may have been compromised. Initiating proper rites can prevent this from happening again.
An ambush? I suppose the dregs of chaos do possess some measure of cunning. At them, Space Marines! Show them the folly of their actions! Traitor blood has only begun to run. Forward, brothers! Eliphas awaits us! An orc ship. Greenskins are obsessed with salvage. Perhaps there are resources here that can be of use.
What they have not already desecrated with their looting. A Devastator squad would be ideal here. Their heavy bolters can lay down suppressing fire that slows and debilitates the enemy.
The Black Legion would never allow us to keep such a foothold. Expect a counterattack. The way is open. While they are licking their wounds, forward once more. There shall be no mercy, no respite.
Ah, the puppet captain joins us, brothers. See how merrily he dances, blind to the dark gods who pull at his strings. Welcome, brother. Know your decade-long hunt is all for naught. I will slay you here, and your souls shall be devoured.
Save your words, Kerr. Our Emperor will see us victorious this day. You are slowing Inheritor. Gone is the cunning that troubled the Blood Ravens. This battle will be your last.
I shall not be stopped! Again and again I shall rise, as I always have! Know this, puppet. Even with my death here, the Dark Gods still hold you Blood Ravens in their grip. Soon, the gods shall have your chapter's loyalty, and you, good puppet, are still too blind to see this.
Lies! Lies.
They're under assault.
Well done. Well done. It was wise to send our chapter's greatest champion to scour the Legion from the subsector. You, Diomedes.
My lord! Chapter Master Kyrus, I was not expecting communication with you so swiftly.
As both Chapter Master and Chief Librarian, my reach is long, Captain. I watched your victory unfold. See to it that Typhon is secured while you await further orders. And again, Apollo, congratulations.
I thank you, my lord. You honor me. Are you satisfied?
I am not. I am, however, disappointed. With just a few honeyed words of favor, you discard all that we revealed to you of Aurelia in an instant.
Enough! The Black Legion is routed. As for you, I will see that your fates are decided shortly.
Captain, we have incoming Vox. From the Inquisition, sir.
This is Inquisitor Adrastia of the Ordo Hereticus. Captain Diomedes, it seems you have been busy as of late.
You have no doubt heard the reports. Eliphas the Inheritor and his forces are defeated. The Black Legion has been routed from here. I trust this puts the question of the Blood Raven loyalty to rest.
This news changes very little. In fact, I am contacting you to inform you the situation has escalated. One of your own captains has made some disturbing accusations regarding your chapter master Azariah Kyrus.
Angelos! It is he and his followers who are traitor and renegade. By all rights, I should turn Gabriel's men over to Kyrus.
So you have often said. Fortunately, he did not mirror this sentiment when he sent them to you to command. It is by Captain Angelos' recommendation you are being given the chance to clear the Blood Ravens of guilt. The Ordo Hereticus of the Inquisition will soon deal with these problems in a quite permanent fashion. Exterminatus. The complete and utter destruction of every inhabited world in this sector. No one will be spared. Traitor, Xenos, or loyal. All will die.
Exterminatus? But...
Captain, if Kyrus is truly the source of the sector's troubles, you must expose it and stop him. If you can, then perhaps I will be able to call off the Exterminatus. And if you cannot, your chapter will be declared heretics and you will burn with the rest of the subsector. I suggest you act quickly, Captain Diomedes. Adrastea out.
Such an investigation will need to be performed without Chapter Command's notice. We will need to move quickly and subtly.
On Typhon, there are the remains of an ancient teleport network called the Teleportariums. If we can find and activate it, we can use it to promptly travel the subsector unnoticed. Enemy forces lie between us and the Teleportarium. We must engage them if we wish to proceed.
To all officers and regiments that may be receiving, we're through with Imperial Command. If we have to fight, we're gonna do it for ourselves from now on. You wanna call that defection? Fine. We were dead men anyway. At least the cults promised something in return. This region is ours now. We see anyone within a mile of here, we'll bury them in ordnance. Don't doubt we can either. The regiment's holy armor isn't that particular about the holiness of them that drives it.
Scouts have discovered a vital point of terrain.
Intruders! Oh hell, we've been found! All right, you fiends. I don't care who you are. Feel the might of the Baneblade!
None of our weaponry is potent enough to penetrate the Baneblade's armor. We need to fall back now.
Protect those targeting cogitators. The turrets could go haywire if a cogitator is destroyed.
I am under attack! Ah, found ya. Demolish our cannon. Open fire! There they are! This is it, you maggots! We'll bury you here!
Yes. Next target. I believe this is it, Captain. I will need a day to examine the relic and determine its usage.
The sooner we can pursue this farce, the better.
Farce, Captain?
Do not doubt this. At the Inquisition's behest, we are engaged in a mutiny most foul against the Chapter's leadership. The Inquisition has placed the Blood Ravens at the brink of oblivion, and it is for that reason alone we do this. We will search for evidence that will damn Kyrus. Or perhaps redeem him.
Redeem him? You still believe there's innocence to be found?
I doubt we will find much of anything. Knowledge is power to us Blood Ravens, and we guard it very well.
The Teleportarium is now active, Captain. We may leave Typhon at any time. We must locate further Teleportariums in order to reach more planets.
Attention! All Blood Ravens of Strike Force Omega in the Argus District. This message is encoded. Do not worry about our brothers receiving. The Ascendant fears investigation and pursuit by those who are less enlightened. He wishes to ensure that all traces of his passing on Calderis are eliminated. As such, Argus settlement is to be razed to the ground. Success will ensure his pursuer's trail shall grow cold and his great plans realized.
Such desecration of our recruiting world by our own battle brothers cannot be allowed to stand. We must intervene. I advise capturing that stronghold. With it we can deploy our heavy infantry and holy armor.
This is Captain Apollo Diomedes of the Honor Guard. I am issuing a stand-down order to all Blood Ravens in Argus settlement. Cease this pointless slaughter at once.
We no longer accept orders from the likes of you, Apollo Diomedes. We answer to a higher authority.
I see. Then I will have to do what even Angelos will not. To all Blood Ravens under my command, Brother Marines are engaged in the destruction of Argus settlement. They must be stopped at all costs. Should they refuse to stand down, use of lethal force is authorized.
You would not dare.
By the Emperor, I dare. I will do what I must. I do not know how you lost your way, but I will not see this desecration of our recruiting world carried out. You will stop, one way or the other.
An allied structure has been destroyed.
Sergeant Lysandros, come in. We have come under fire. Our mission has been compromised.
Stay calm, young brothers. I will deploy heavy support. It will arrive in moments and crush these worms. You're too late. The Ascendant will be triumphant.
Captain, our forces and battle options have grown recently, though I am loath to remain behind. You might consider deploying without Cyrus, the Ancient, or myself. Doing such will allow you to deploy with more forces.
Brothers, we must give praise to Khorne, for the construction of the Dark Portal is complete. Where Aragast's temple was sundered, we may once again freely coax the beings of the warp into reality. The portal radiates ruinous power. Celebrate as you witness the constructs of lesser beings tainted and laid to waste around it.
I realize time is short, but whatever deeds these heretics are committing cannot be ignored. We should investigate.
Interlopers! Come to witness the glory of the Dark Portal! Draw near then. Watch as the entropy of the warp claims and cripples flesh and steel. We shall savor your despair.
No way across that thing.
Magnificent, is it not? We have succeeded where even the great Olcair could not. Come closer, approach the portal, gaze directly into the maw of the warp. If you are fortunate, your lives may be snuffed by its entropy, rather than our blades. The portal is under attack! To battle! Demons of Khorne, come forth! A feast of skulls and blood awaits you! No! No! Blasphemous wretches! Brothers, after them! Do not let them escape!
Rest not. There are still targets to engage.
As all chaos must be! Beaten!
Cyrus, Martellus, you were right. Angelos was right. There is something rotting at the heart of the chapter, corrupting our battle brothers.
Kyrus, no doubt. He has been busy in our decade-long absence.
No, I do not believe Kyrus is to blame. The traitors named him as Ascendant, but that may be only to mislead us.
Kyrus is our chapter master. He is the heart of the chapter. If he were pure, this corruption would not have flourished.
Diomedes, you have been in service to Kyrus for centuries, and know him better than any other. Let me ask you this. Do you maintain Kyrus' innocence because you know him to be a virtuous servant of the Emperor? Or because the shame of admitting to a life spent in service to a heretic is too much to endure?
I do not... Enough! I will consider your words later. We have other matters to attend. What of the teleportarium?
The new arrays found on this planet have been reactivated. They have given us the means to reach Meridian. Furthermore, I have intercepted a disturbing transmission from renegade guardsmen on that world. It has been prepared for your review, Captain, whenever you wish.
Priority Box Channel Secundus. Lord Ascendant, I lead the faithful assaulting Capital Spire. I am pleased to report that the Spire's defenders have fallen. They were unprepared for an attack from within. We shall hold the Spire and await your transmission bearing further instructions. Glory to the Ascendant! Glory to Khorne!
This is the opening we need. If we journey to Meridian, we can intercept this Ascendant's Vox communications and expose his identity.
Assailants! Push them back! Do not let them gain a foothold on the Spire! Pull back that Lehman Russ and regroup! 4th and 17th! I want an assault line of Bane Wolves pressing this position!
Under missile fire! Under suppression fire!
The fiends! They've broken our lines! 15th! Open a box with air support and stand by. If they encroach the HQ, I want the sky to fall on them!
Commencing bombing run, sir.
I have intercepted an incoming Vox. With luck, it will be the one we were expecting. Relaying now.
Priority Vox Channel Secondus. This is the Ascendant, Azariah Kairos. Marvelously done, Sergeant. Your slaughter of your own brothers in arms shall bring much favor from Khorne. Without its center of administration, Meridian is as helpless as a babe set upon by wolves. Remain stationed there and repel any invaders. Your reward for your faith shall be forthcoming. Skulls to Khorne.
Help us, Lord. God.
So, I trust you have your answer, Diomedes. All these centuries, these years of lies. Kairos.
Kairos' signal originated from Typhon. Before we act, we should contact Inquisitor Adrastia and combine our forces.
No. She will want more proof before she acts. We go to Typhon alone. I will confront Kairos myself.
We have traced Kairos' transmission back to Typhon. However, something is not right. Auspex scans suggest there is no enemy activity. It is completely tranquil, contrary to the state we left it in. If these scans are true, Kairos is here alone. I suspect otherwise. Be on your guard.
What is this? Nothing was supposed to find us here. Warhost, hold fast! They must not disrupt the Seer Council.
Enemy combatants in the field.
Savages, do you have any grasp of the fallout of your actions? You must leave this world at once.
I understand the fallout perfectly, Xenos. The very least of which will be scores of dead Eldar. Destroy the Eldar, brothers. I will not leave them to interfere when we face Kairos.
Still the invaders persist. My kin, we shall strike them before vanishing. Prepare yourselves. As long as the webway gate remains concealed, we may call in help. Prepare for mass warp jump. I will move the council to safety. Hold back the tide, brothers. Do not let these invaders find the council again. Fools! You blind, murderous fools!
I wonder if my dreams may finally end.
We should all be so fortunate to have such loyal kin.
I believe we already do.
You have served the Craftworlds honorably, outcast. What shall you do now?
I shall bring my sister home.
I see. Kairos was never here. I fear we were manipulated, drawn to Typhon to slay these Eldar. But to what purpose?
Bravo. Bravo, Diomedes. As always, my greatest champion.
Kairos, where are you? Show yourself!
I am well removed from Typhon, and so needed a puppet there to stop the Eldar and their wretched ritual. It has kept the Ordo Malleus fleet from emerging from the warp. With the Xenos slain, the Exterminatus can commence.
You desire the Exterminatus?
My dear Apollo, long have I orchestrated the slaughter of the subsector, all in Khorne's name. It is too late for Typhon, but it isn't too late for you, Apollo. I have beguiled you to this juncture, but I have spoken one truth. You are the greatest warrior the Blood Ravens has ever seen. Join me in Khorne's service. kill these creatures of Angelos that you have surrounded yourself with. Become the slaughterer I know you to be.
Master Kyrus, thank you. You have shown me the truth that I was unable to see. Centuries of service, a lie. I do not know what I am anymore, but I know this. I am no traitor. I would rather die.
Pity. No matter. The death you desire is but a moment away.
We have arrived, and it is now that we perform our charge. In fealty of the God Emperor, our undying Lord, and by the grace of the Golden Throne, I declare exterminatus upon the Imperial world of Typhon Primaris. I hereby sign the death warrant of an entire world, and consign 1 million souls to oblivion. May Imperial justice account in all balance. The Emperor protects.
We have no choice. Must withdraw. It must be magnificent. To see a planet writhe and scream. To feel it convulse beneath your own feet. Witness it dying with living eyes. In time, perhaps I may share this gift with every last living soul in the galaxy. Until then...
What is this? You lowly vermin truly think to escape? Ungrateful scum, squandering Lord Kyrus' gift of a glorious death! Pay your penance in blood! Blood for the blood god! Skulls for the skull throne! None shall escape! None shall escape the sacrifice!
One way only to cleanse you!
It is human nature to seek culpability in a time of tragedy. It is a sign of strength to cry out against fate, rather than to bow one's head and succumb. Inevitably, many shall fault the hands upon the sword which felled Typhon, the Ordo Malleus. But the Inquisition merely performs the duty of its office. To further fear them is redundant. To hate them, heretical. Those more sensible will place responsibility with those who forced the hands of the Inquisition. With some fortune, they may foster this hatred into purpose, and further rule their own fate by coming to the Emperor's service. Yet ultimately, it was I who set these events into motion, with a single blow from my hammer, God Splitter.
Report 893880 of this lunar cycle. The final transmissions from Subsector Aurelia, filed 43.6 years ago. By order of the Holy Inquisition, Subsector sentenced to Exterminatus. Hive fleet emerges from all sides. Exterminatus fleet driven away. Defense attempted but Imperial forces already crippled. Imperial Guard losses reached 94% before forces withdrew.
The teleportarium has taken us to the Space Hulk, the Judgment of Carrion.
Not the safest place in the subsector, but we have our lives. What is our next move?
We hold position.
Diomedes, what did you say?
You heard me. We hold position. I am tired of this hopeless charade. In the end, we are nothing but heretics. Nay, less than that. Pawns of heretics. Puppets. Every century served. Every battle in the Emperor's name. All of it ordered by a heretic. All our glory's lies. There is nothing left to say.
No. There is much left to say. And I will break my silence to say it.
Sergeant Tarkus.
There was another like you, Diomedes, and we served together on Cronus. During the Tyranid invasion, we became fast friends. But Kyrus called for him, and he went. It corrupted him, and he despaired, betraying us to the Black Legion. I slew him. Captain Diomedes, I look to you now and see the same signs. I will not risk that. I will slay Kyrus myself, and if I must, you as well. Our past glories may be lies, but Kyrus has not taken our one true duty from us. No one but the Emperor can relieve us of that.
Tarkus, let us go. We must escape this place.
Past records of expeditions to this vessel have reported a teleportarium relay present. If we reach it, we can escape.
Oi! Trespassers! Invaders! Hooligans and ne'er-do-wells! Nobody just puts a thin air on this here Space Hulk without me say so! Now piss off, or I'm like to say so to something nasty!
Let nothing stand in our way!
This place just got a lot weirder. Do you not know when you overstay your welcome? I'm expecting company!
This brute's contraption is drawing power from the teleportarium. We cannot leave the Space Hulk until we destroy it.
Knock knock! Who's there? This!
Stain this place with orc blood!
Hi, Kitchen! You've come to steal me teleporter! Well, nothing doing! It took me about a decade to squeeze the juice out of that thing back there! Should only be another decade or so before I get to zap me out of this bug-infested hellhole!
There is an incoming transmission from Inquisitor Adrastia, Captain.
Diomedes, finally an answer. It seems I still have some allies left. In your absence, I astropathed Gabriel Angelos once more, and his response was most disturbing. I will play it back and let you hear for yourself.
Inquisitor, though it was the demon Alcair who first rotted the heart and mind of Kyrus, it is with another demon the Chapter Master currently treats. This is the demon of Tartarus, of the Maledictum. Unwittingly, it was set free, with a blow from my own hammer. It seeks to offer up the skulls of the slain to Khorne, so it may open a warp rift that swallows the sector. In order to achieve this genocide, Kyrus has orchestrated the arrival of the Inquisition and the Exterminatus.
We learned as much from Kyrus himself. It seems every last one of us has played a part in allowing this tragedy.
Regardless, this confession does far more to damn the Blood Ravens than redeem it. I cannot halt the Exterminatus while Kyrus still breathes, Captain Diomedes. You and Angelos must act soon, before the Ordo Malleus plays completely into the demon's hands. Adrastia out.
Diomedes, on the Space Hulk, I asked you what our next move was, and you faltered. Like a fool, I ask again. What is our next move?
It is true that even if we should defeat the traitor, we face condemnation and death. But it is not for pride or favor that we serve, but for the Emperor himself, and the purpose he has granted us. If we shall die fulfilling that purpose, so be it. None will find us wanting.
To death, then. If Kyrus's plan is to succeed, he will need a place to wait out the Exterminatus. There is only one place in the subsector that the Ordo Malleus will not bring their guns. A world that died long ago. Cyrene.
The teleportarium is already configured to take us there. We can leave immediately.
This armor is a sacred relic of the Adeptus Astartes. We shall deliver it to our chapter master.
Lord Kyrus now serves the Dark Powers. You now serve the Dark Powers. This corpse god's base we stand in is not a sanctified shrine of your chapter. It is a fort to be plundered. And this land raider we have unearthed is not a relic. It is a spoil of war to be defiled and bent to our will. My lords, come in. Do you read?
What is it, Whelp? Why do you interrupt?
Beg your forgiveness, my lord, but we found another one.
A war machine. A sacred land raider. In the hands of traitors? By the Omnissiah, Kyrus cannot be allowed to hold such a sacred weapon.
Agreed. Not only shall he be denied it, we shall have it for ourselves. The ruin that such a war machine will sow among these traitors will be terrible.
Fall back, renegades! Come no closer! Damnation! Brothers, the Land Raider will not move! It's machine spirit! Quickly, we must crush them! Yes! Now I can feel it! The frenzy! The bloodlust that Lord Kyrus spoke of!
Our ally is losing forces to enemy fire.
Yes! I shall grind you all to gristle beneath my treads! Blood for the Blood God!
I shall pay it the honor of battle!
Lord Kyrus gaze upon you! Do not fail him! Blood for the Blood God! Firing the bombardment cannons! Die! There is lost! Disengage! Leave the cowards to their doom!
Can't say I'm sorry to see her go, sir. I share your sentiment, Sergeant Major. Though it's a poor excuse for an Inquisitor that doesn't make people uncomfortable. You are to be commended on your performance these past few days, which is why I am putting you in for a medal and not having you shot for insubordination. Thank you, sir. And you've turned out to be a good commander, which is why I didn't shoot you for incompetence. What was that? I said I was shocked by your competence, sir. Ah. That's what I thought you said. Carry on, Sergeant Major. Carry on.
I've detected Xenos activity. While not related to our objective, investigating may be beneficial.
And remember, use those shining bridges, 'cause they's bring good luck. If there's an ambush, be at the supply depot it will. Don't let the enemy reach the supply depot. And protect the trucks. I don't care how many of your kids get smashed. I'm sending some boys ahead to loot and make sure there's no ambush. Send cans and then send boys. All kinds of boys.
Drive slower, you break me bits, he says. And don't forget to drive on the shiny bridges for good luck. Listen up, kids! War boss Smashface says there will be fighting ahead, and we need to get our gear to the war! So just be sure to get enough trucks past the supply station for the war!
We should not strike the ore convoy just yet. If we continue for the supply station, we may find a better ambush site.
What? There wasn't supposed to be any fighting while we was looting. The trucks are almost here. Ready them sodas, boys. Boss Smashface says we need to keep this way clear for him.
Boss, they destroyed those shiny bridges you liked.
What? Oh, you better be lying to me, boy. And you better be dead before I get there, 'cause I don't like being lied to. You're out of me way. I'm gonna do all the work myself. And when I was done fighting, you're all getting your faces smashed. Here we go, boys. This is where he said the fighting was. This is exciting. Can you feel it, boys? Oh, with all that fight, we lost all our gear. Now it's gonna take a whole day to find all our gear again.
I realize time is not on our side, Commander, and striking these heretics is not our immediate objective. I leave it to you whether we act.
Command Vox again, wanting a report. That's the 4th time this week. We keep giving them dead air, and it won't be long before they decide to stop by. They gotta be wondering who's accepting their munition drops, after all. They can Vox every minute until doomsday if they please. We will not respond! You have heard the whispers. You'll know Ulk, the will, the voice. We are his now. He is here. Well, they have forsaken us. If anybody wants these munitions, wants this meat, they must take it from us. Course, sir. For all care.
Perimeter breach. Intruders at checkpoint Tertius.
All forces to arms! Gun them down! Bring their flesh to the keep! All care shall feast this eve!
Let's target brash! Feeble! Foolish! Cursed swords of the cursed god!
How is it you've allowed the invaders to remain breathing? They walk in the open, begging to be slaughtered! Manticore batteries, vengeance and justice, crush them beneath your rockets!
Guardsmen, they may be of some help.
Commander, do you read? Thank the Emperor you're here. Every man stationed at this base has been hearing voices, having nightmares. This place is still cursed with the stink of chaos. We've been here years now, ever since Captain Angelos and his Space Marines left. Most went mad, but not all of us. We took action when you arrived, secured the munitions dump, gunned down the traitors here and...
Treasonous filth! So eager to join these pretenders? Then your blood and bones will lead theirs into Olker's maw!
Praise the Emperor. We've driven them off. Me and the lads can hold this location for now, Commander. If you take the keep, you'll break the back of the renegades. Good luck, sir. The Imperium overcomes.
Yes! Yes! Come, unbelievers! Olker welcomes all!
That vehicle! Enjoy the mercy of death, lunatic!
Death comes for all! May my flesh fester and rot and give life anew. Von Urgel.
Commander, this Vox suggests stolen Imperial Archaeotech. Recovering it would benefit our cause.
We found the power stations, boss. Should give us the juice we need to finish her up. And why is you here telling me about it? I told you to find them and to guard them. Even if the humans don't come to take them back, someone else might come nick them. We're supposed to just sit on them power nodes and hope a scrap comes to us? Where's the fun in that? We only need them nodes long enough to finish building Daisy. That is when the fun begins.
Oh, what have we here? Boss, looks like a fire came to us after all.
What? Well, keep them off the power nodes. Daisy ain't ready yet.
Death to his enemies all!
Boy, who do you think you is, stealing what we done rightfully stole? Boys, get in there and take that node back. You boys ain't got that node back yet? Fine, clear off. We just used the juice from the others to finish up.
Boss, they got another power node.
Oh, well, that's just greedy, that is. Oh, I'm sending in the big Dacker to take it back. What? We still ain't got the power node back? Boys, leg it back to Daisy, sharpish. Keep these thieving magpies off the last node. You want something stomped around here? You gotta stomp it yourself. Time to meet Daisy. Whoa! Crush him under the death roller! Boss, I think think we just hit something we wasn't supposed to hit? That's crazy talk! There's nothing Daisy ain't supposed to hit! Ah! Oh, me only regret is exploding! Ah!
I've extracted another Vox recording from the Judgment of Carrion. It appears there's a cargo hold that may yield valuable assets.
Containment Bay, Hexorus status notification. Initial quarantine designation, 3.5 centuries. Quarantine status completed. Cargo designation, security level Primaris. Value level Primaris. Power level Primaris. Dot. Contents erased. Labor engine for cargo relocation operational. Advise. External containment bay breach. Xenos presence confirmed. Relocate cargo immediately. Xenos contamination detected. Operations halted until hostiles cleansed. Hostiles purged. Operations recommencing. Hostile bioforms approaching. Prepare defenses and pray for deliverance. Inbound hostiles. Attack imminent. They are here. Hostile Xenos infiltration detected. Defenses compromised.
That monster will die!
I have performed the cleansing.
Brothers and sisters, the human ships have carved large fissures into the world, some deep enough to cleave the buried craft world. We located the Infinity Circuit. The flames reach deep, and every biodome, every soul stone, nothing remains for us here. Order to report to the Webway Assembly. Once we return to the Webway, we will collapse the channel to the craft world, sealing this tomb for eternity.
It is rare to have the element of surprise against the Eldar, and we may obtain something of value from them.
You dare violate this tomb, you pathetic, soulless savages! Very well, if you are so eager to hear our cries, I shall shred your mind with the wail of the Banshee! Butcher them! Do not let them near the gates or the assembly!
Eldar! Your death comes!
Protect the Webway gates! They lend the power to hasten our escape! Losing one will slow the assembly's departure into the Webway! Very well. Nibble and scavenge at our bodies, mindless vermin. The Inquisition's ships come for all in this sector. It matters not whether you die by our hand or theirs.
Faithful, enlightened, ambitious brethren. In but a single decade, a few mere swipes of the pendulum, we have gathered a sacrifice to Khorne that will be made legend. Though it was a simpler, weaker voice that
Report designate Centauris, Astropath Duct 1129-Theta-1. Priority message to Inquisitor Ed Marius. Message from Adrastia. The exterminatus of Subsector Aurelia is complete. The fleet has already departed. But I fear their task has left us with more. My acolytes have received a distress vox from Captain Gabriel Angelos of the Blood Ravens.
You sneaky little Humie. You thought yous could wiggle out some our deal and just kill old Blood Flag. But no. Instead, sneak in.
No, wait!
And if you's not good for a fight, then what good are you? Well, I guess this all wasn't a total loss. Time to teleport, Mr. Nailbrain.
I am no stranger to the deaths of planets. Cyrene was my home. Yet when the need was made evident, I did not hesitate to contact the Inquisition. By my hand, Cyrene burned. Cyrene's secrets now live solely with me, and so shall they die with me. Whether I'm victorious or slain, my sins will know retribution. Such is the final testimony of Gabriel Angelos, captain of the Blood Ravens, 3rd Company. Savior of Tartarus, bane of the Black Legion, servant of the Emperor.
Captain Angelos, you know as well as I that this is folly. We are in desperate need of reinforcement.
We have no choice but to press on, Jonah. I shall not abandon this place again. What few allies we have already know of our task, and we can wait for them no longer.
I would never suggest retreat, but I can feel his power. The warp screams all around us. Worse, his forces beset our battle brothers on all fronts. It is all they can do to hold their position.
Then it falls to you and I, Librarian. We descend into the crater.
Yet more pathetic rabble seek to bar our path.
Then on our path they shall die! To the attack!
Captain, if these foes close upon me with their blades, it will be all I can do to defend myself in melee. While so engaged, I will be unable to strike any foe at range.
Worry not, Librarian. If it is melee combat they seek, I and my hammer shall grant their wish. The cowards attack us from that vantage!
No gap may protect them from my powers. I shall smash their minds and bodies from afar. There seems no shortage of heretics to slow our advance.
A delay we cannot afford. Be there dozens or hundreds, the abilities of a space marine shall scatter them all.
These many decades have been an honor, Gabriel. Commend my service to the Emperor.
Emperor keep you, Librarian. I go now to redeem our chapter. Such are the ways of demons, to lie and mislead us. Destroying it is the only way to avoid its influences. We part ways here, Jonah Orion. Lend support to our brothers, and hold back the tide of chaos.
These many decades have been an honor, Gabriel. Commend my service to the Emperor.
Emperor keep you, Librarian. I go now to redeem our chapter.
The forces of chaos are here.
For the Blood Ravens!
They think to harm me. So long as my towers of offerings are in place, I am unbeatable. I
Blood Ravens!
Meet your end, Gabriel.
Captain Angelos!
Jonah 2. Emperor, preserve them.
They need more than our prayers. They need vengeance. The best of us. I will see you avenged. Kyrus. Now the man truly reflects the monster.
Diomedes, survived Typhon, did you? You shall make a fine sacrifice. Another step on the path of demonhood. Both you and Angelos. Another skull, another corpse, loaded with blood.
No more talk, Kyrus. You have much to answer for. For what you have done to the Blood Ravens, much shall be avenged this day. For Gabriel! For the Emperor!
For the chapter!
For those who have fallen! For those who cannot be redeemed!
Come to me then, loyal servants of the Corpse Emperor! Come to your doom!
I'm receiving Vox communications from Captain Angelos' battle barge, the Litany of Fury.
Tell them to execute orbital bombardment on Kyrus, quickly, before he regains his strength. Andrastia, this is Diomedes. I am on Cyrene. Kyrus is dead. You must halt the Exterminatus.
And what of Angelos? I am in communication with the Exterminatus fleet. They have agreed to suspend further annihilations in this sector, provided I present them with proof that the threat is nullified. My testimony and this trinket should suffice. I bid you farewell. You did well, Lord General. Perhaps our paths will cross again someday. And for your sake, Sergeant Major, you should hope that ours do not.
We have rebuilt, and once more are great. We have forged a chapter not warped in enigma, but one the Emperor can look upon with pride.
This has been dark work, Diomedes. Kyrus left much corrupted, and cleansing had to be both thorough and merciless. Yet now, we are pure and noble.
It has been a necessary act, though. Our chapter lives, free of darkness and corruption at long last. I know I cannot serve the chapter in the same manner as before. But you, Gabriel, chapter master is fitting. None shall find you wanting.